I still remember that evening at the bar with my friend. We were talking and laughing when I saw her, a girl who made my heart stop. The moment our eyes met, it felt like time stood still. I instantly knew I had to talk to her. But then my mind started racing with doubts. Is she with someone? What do I say? Maybe she doesn't want to be bothered. I wish I had some clever line. A million anxious thoughts flooded my head, but none of them helped. The only thought that cut through the noise: I'll regret it all night if I don't go talk to her. So I stopped, asked myself what's the worst that could happen, and walked up to her. Hey, how's it going? I realized I'd regret it all night if I didn't come over and say hi. Two things happened instantly. First, I felt this huge weight lift off my shoulders. I wasn't trying to be cool or say something perfect. I was just being honest. Second, she responded completely positively. We started flirting, she ordered us free drinks, and everything just flowed naturally. All of this happened because I stopped pretending and just was myself. Since that night, this became my only approach with women. I don't try to seem cool or force anything. I just say what's on my mind. Everything else is just a shield to hide behind. The power of authentic laughter. Let me share something fascinating. I once read a study about the psychology of laughter, about how everyone has a unique laugh that develops over time. The study divided laughter into two categories: loud and quiet. Going back thousands of years, when people lived in tribes, tribal chiefs and strongmen laughed loud and powerfully. They weren't afraid to attract attention. Weaker people laughed quietly because they didn't want to be noticed. Today, most people laughed quietly because society teaches us that loud laughter is inappropriate. But here's what intrigued me most. Your laugh isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop over time, like body language or an accent. And if you want to change it, you can. I know this sounds weird, but if you develop a powerful, confident laugh, your social life and interactions with women will transform. Laughter is one of the most important elements of human connection and attraction. A confident laugh signals strength and self-assurance, qualities that naturally attract others. When I learned about this, I started practicing right away. My friends initially thought I'd lost my mind. One even told me, "Nah, you're wrong. If you want to be strong, you need to be serious. Don't laugh much so people respect you." This pissed me off because it reflects the toxic idea pushed by movies and TV, that strong people are always serious, like mob bosses who never smile. Think about someone you know who's always serious. Do you enjoy being around them? Probably not. Being overly serious is like a virus in your social life. Be spontaneous and natural. With women, you need to be spontaneous. Don't overthink and don't worry about everything. Just be natural and say what comes to mind. Spontaneity and not taking things too seriously is the most important quality for attracting women and living a happy life. Think back to any time you successfully attracted a girl's attention. You'll probably realize it was because you were acting naturally and not trying too hard to look cool. Women are constantly reading you and deciding how to respond to you. When you're not genuine, they sense it through your face, body language, and subtle reactions. What do I actually say? Since I started this series, one question keeps coming up. What do I say when I approach a girl? I used to give examples of opening lines, and people would ask for more. But these lines never solve the real problem. The real problem is that people are nervous and think they need to hide it. They believe they have to say complicated things to compensate for feeling inadequate. I've tried hundreds of pickup lines. The one I use now and find most effective is simple. Hey, you're cute. I wanted to meet you. Your name. I introduce myself and tell her why I approached. This is an authentic approach. I never hide my intentions or pretend I'm not interested in her. In fact, I want her to know I like her. Why should I be ashamed? Why hide it? Shameless interest. Now you might notice a contradiction. In previous videos, I told you not to give free validation, not to compliment her, and not to show you want her. Let me clarify. There's a technique I call shameless interest. Interest without any shame. When I'm talking to a girl I like, one of my first questions is, "Are you single?" The intention is clear. I'm interested and I'm upfront about it. I also like finding creative ways to express attraction. Stop being so cute, you made me forget what I was going to say. You're incredibly charming. I can already tell I'm going to like you.
Maybe we should just skip everything and get married. If you're trying to make me fall for you, it's working. This direct interest eliminates all gray areas. Everything becomes clear. It's simple, honest, and authentic. It doesn't require games or excessive cleverness, but it does require courage. And girls are attracted to courage. Show interest, not desperation. Here's the key distinction. Show her that she attracts you, but don't show that you completely desire her. If a girl is even slightly attractive, she has a higher ego. When you talk to her, she assumes you're interested. If you try to hide your attraction, she'll see you as weak or put you in the friend zone. So there's no problem showing interest, but you shouldn't show complete desire. The golden rule: there's no problem showing her she attracts you. The key is not showing that you completely desire her. For example, "I like your hair," shows interest, versus "your hair is beautiful," just a compliment.
There's a huge difference between showing shameless interest and giving compliments. Friends give compliments. When you show interest, you convey confidence and honesty. A lover says, "I'm interested in you." A friend says, "You're beautiful." At the same time, let her know what you don't like. "You have nice hair, but I usually prefer blondes." It's not what you say, it's how you say it. The actual words aren't that important. Attraction for women is connected to the feeling your words create. When you say, "I like you and I want to talk to you," you're conveying confidence and self-assurance. Attraction is 80 to 90% nonverbal. What matters is how you speak, your tone, body language, eye contact, breathing, and overall presence. This is called subcommunication, and it speaks directly to the subconscious, where emotional and sexual desire originate. Assume attraction. Men with options assume women are attracted to them. They're used to female attention, so they approach new women with this assumption. If a woman isn't interested, they don't get nervous or take it personally. Men without options assume women aren't attracted to them. When they find a girl who shows interest, they cling desperately because they feel like they won't find anyone else. But have you noticed? The harder you try to make a girl like you, the less she does. That's because trying too hard communicates that you have no options, and women aren't attracted to men without options. If you assume attraction, you'll look her in the eyes, introduce yourself, and say why you approached. Make it your mission to find out who she is and whether she's worth your time. Anything beyond that is excessive effort that works against you. What you say the first time doesn't matter and won't be remembered. What will be remembered is how you showed up and what feelings you created. The truth about that night. By the way, I need to confess something. That story I told at the beginning about approaching the girl at the bar, that wasn't actually me. It was my friend who was with me. My story ended while I was still thinking about what to say. That night ended without the girl and without my friend. I deeply regretted the missed opportunity, but I learned a lot from that experience. If my mistake can help someone else learn and benefit, then I'm glad I made it. So please, don't be like me, bro. Take the risk, be authentic, be yourself.